Ramblin man here. All right, can we talk about how the whole government is not on the same page? How you wonder why people are all over the place and commenting about vaccines and what people should be doing and things like that. Well, let me tell you, here's why. So I just read a post the CNN put out that the CDC now says if you're 2 years or up, 2 years and up from there, if you have been vaccinated, then you don't have to wear a mask at school anymore. Okay, so that's just what the CDC proposes. Well, let's think about all this. You have schools that have done away with the mask mandate. So the CDC is just saying that they're just CYA. They're just covering their butts. Why? Because they don't want to be said, well, I told you guys, y'all could go ahead and go around without it. Plus, they're all pushing the vaccine. So why wouldn't they say that you have to have a mask on if you're not vaccinated? Now, the part that really gets me is the fact that, okay, so they're saying that, but then if you have you traveled anywhere? If you want to see stupidity at its finest, look at the fact that if you're going through TSA, through security for a flight, they're going to make you a couple things first. First, they're going to make you do a test to see if you have COVID prior to going to some states. Some states don't matter, but the other ones are going to make you do that, right? Then when you get on and they're making you stay 6 foot apart, wearing masks and things, and then when you get on the plane, you're sitting right next to that same person that you couldn't fit next to the first time, because it never fails. You're going to be stuck next to the person that did not miss a buffet in their life. So, and they're going to fall asleep on you and be not only just breathing on you, but drooling on you. And then some flights it depends on who's on there. I mean, let's be honest. If you are someone that's crazy about like, oh my God, there are germs everywhere, you're going to be on that flight with the stewardess that says, keep your mask on, keep your mask on, keep your mask on, and then you get kicked off a flight because you don't keep your mask on. That mask ain't doing crap. If you ask any doctors, I mean, back in the day, they used to put stuff on there, right? And it's just for peace of mind. Because why do you think all the doctors that were working every day had to use N95s and 2 other masks all day long, along with goggles and everything else? Because a mask by itself is not going to do it. They're talking all kinds of numbers, but let's be honest, they don't really know. No one knows anything. And these vaccines, the further along we get time-wise, the less I want to get it. I mean, I'm not getting it unless something happens that it just, they hold me down or something. But let's be honest, they're not making it real confident, you know? Like, hey, you know what? It's going to be great. So tuberculosis worldwide kills 1.5 million people every year. 1.5 million. And so this virus has killed how many in the last year? Yeah, so they didn't put, because TB is killing everybody, 1.5 million every year. Did they go and lock everybody down? Cancer, have they really tried that hard to give everybody what they need free? Nope, they haven't done that. Diabetes, you have insulin, you need insulin? Hey, we'll let you die, because you know what? We can provide a vaccine. Now look, I want you to think about this. A vaccine that, what do you think that would cost if you have a vaccine that's created out of nowhere? Just created out of nowhere. It's an emergency thing. You would think it'd be more expensive, right? But they're going to give you that for free. But insulin, which they have tons of, and if you think about this, other countries it's like $64, $68. Here in the United States, $700, $800, $900 for an insulin shot. I mean, for insulin. Come on, that's what I'm saying. It's all a racket in regards to that. I'm not saying that COVID doesn't exist. What I'm saying is they've blown this thing so far out of proportion that everybody is on board with this whole, you know what, let's push this, because if America's doing it, we're going to do it. Now they're going door to door. And then you have people like Becerra, the representative, talking about Well, yes, we have a right to know if you've been vaccinated because of all the money we put into this and everything. Really? And then later he has to retract and say, well, that's not exactly what I meant. What I'm just saying, though, is it's safer if people are vaccinated. No, that's not what you said, though. Because, when you're in a high-stress situation, you tend to it's like being a drunk. If you've ever been around somebody who gets drunk, they just spill it all. They spill the beans. Or as the now would say, they spill the tea, right? So here's the thing. This guy, when he's in that stressful moment, he says, we got every right to know because we put so much money into this. You put so much money into this? Okay, let's think about this. Who's going to end up paying for this? The American people. We're like so many trillions of dollars in debt, and they're passing a $1.9 trillion package to keep people at home. I mean, that's literally what it is. They talk about all these jobs they're given, but really it's just jobs that were lost in the first place that are coming back after COVID is lifting. This is crazy. I mean, this is just pure craziness. So I'm just telling you, the reason that people are all over the place and so confused is because the government themselves is confused. One, they're saying, you can wear a mask. You should wear a mask if you're at school. Some of the schools are saying you don't have to, depending on what state you live in. When the states are not agreeing with the government, and you have so many states going against the government, it says a lot, because I don't remember a time when all the states have refuted what the government has been saying and went on their own. When the government refuses to help things like keeping the illegals out, and places like Texas has to go through and start building the wall for themselves, it's pretty crappy. The Biden administration, and here's the other thing, who is in charge? We say the Biden administration because he's the president, but we say the administration. We say the administration an awful lot because we don't really know who's in charge. Is it big tech? Is all those executives? Because right now I'm pretty tired of things being censored. You can't say what you want to say because they're going to be like, oh my gosh, this guy is getting. If you start getting too big, they find a way to try to shut you down. To try. But freedom of speech is bigger than that. It's America controls that, and we're the ones that elect these officials. So this is a Biden administration we have going on right now. They don't know which way's left, what way's up, what way's down. They don't know their head from their butts. So let's be honest about that. There is no way that Biden is in control of the government right now. He's just not. If you watch anything, like when they're asking questions about, what were they asking the other day? Because they've had things about Afghanistan, all kinds of different things. But they asked all kinds of different questions, and he can't answer them because he's just, They were asking about cyber attacks, and he stops, pauses, pulls out notes, and said, they gave me this. Are you freaking kidding me? Now, look, they try to put things up. Now, look, what I want you to understand is, this isn't about Trump and Biden. Okay, this is more than that right now. It's past that. Trump, let's be honest, in 4 years he's gonna be as old as Biden is right now, or close to it, right? So to put another old person in office, who knows if that's really what we need? But we will address that once it comes to that point. But right now, okay, if Biden is cognitively challenged, which I totally believe he is. All you got to do is watch him. He's getting worse and worse all the time. You look at 2019 versus now, man, he was spot on quick. He might have been wrong, but he was quick. 2019. Now he can't even follow along. And if you have somebody that can't type on a teleprompter, he's screwed. And so if he is removed, which I don't see why you wouldn't go to the 25th Amendment and say, hey, we got to remove him. But then who do you have? Kamala Harris? She couldn't even handle the border stuff. She didn't even go to the border. She goes to El Paso. So let's our government's not on the same page. Biden administration, we don't know who's in charge or who's calling the shots. Nancy Pelosi's old as crap. She's like the crypt keeper. You know what I'm talking about. Tales from the Crypt. You know exactly what I'm talking about. She's so old. She's got a Jesus starter jacket. You know what I'm talking about. She's old. She farts mummy dust. I'm saying she is old. She doesn't need to be in charge either. Who is pulling those strings? But when you catch stuff like him asking Nancy, what do you want me to say? You want me to go ahead and say, you know what I mean? And then he's pulling out note cards all the time. I've never seen a president have so many note cards in my life. This guy's like, hold on a second. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. So, there you have it. If you want to know why people are confused and why people will get on here and they will say stupid crap, they'll comment because they think they know what they're talking about, and they really don't. They just don't. They don't look enough. All they do, they want to have an opinion without doing research into it at all. So they just go the first thing they hear, like, oh, that's the way it is. Boom, they'll respond on something. And then people that have done their research just cut them up all the way down. Done. So, hey, I hope you stayed around to hear this whole thing because I kind of just rambled on. I didn't mean to. I was going to be like 4 or 5 minutes, but here I am almost 11 minutes into this thing. Y'all tell me what you think. Please comment and tell me, hey, am I right or am I right? This place is messed up. Sorry about that. I got interrupted on a phone call. All right, but y'all tell me, am I right or am I right? So, y'all have a great day. Ramblin' Man, out.